Some breaking news. A hearing that could decide the deployment of National Guard troops in Portland has just wrapped up. Fox 12 Investigates reporter Ezra Kaplan joins us now. Ezra, was a decision made?
Not yet. So the judge just wrapped up this hearing. It went about an hour and a half long. What we know is that the judge is going to take all these arguments under advisement. Basically, what we heard today were arguments from lawyers representing the state of Oregon and Portland, arguing why they think the temporary restraining order currently in place blocking troops from being deployed to Portland should stay in place. On the other side, a lawyer for the Trump administration argued why the decision from the appellate court says that that order, that block to the troop deployment, should be thrown away and troops should be allowed immediately to be deployed into the state of Portland. So, like I said, no ruling expected until Monday. Now, one of the things we saw being argued from the lawyers for the state of Oregon and Portland were concerns about something that they called a seesaw effect, that we are so close to a trial. Remember, the trial and the underlying case here starts on Wednesday of next week. Their concern is that we could go back and forth where we have troops being deployed onto the streets and then being taken back. And that is something that they see as being detrimental. They call it a disruption to the status quo. So they argued that this is a reason for the court to pause, not act so quickly, and let some of the legal questions play out. Now, on the other side, the Trump administration's lawyer said that this decision is overdue. They said that the appellate court made their findings very clear in a 2-to-1 decision published just a few days ago. They said that this decision to allow troops to be deployed should have happened on Monday, and that they're frustrated that it hasn't happened yet. Now, additionally, one of the things that we saw were continued disagreements over some of the underlying facts in the case. Specifically, there was a point where the lawyers were not clear about whether troops had actually even been deployed already onto the streets of Portland. Lawyers for the Trump administration said that on the eve of that first temporary restraining order being issued, that they had actually already deployed some troops and that those troops were pulled back. The judge then asked the lawyers for the state and the city of Portland whether that was true. Those lawyers said, no, that's not true. They had been federalized and gotten ready to deploy, but not on the street. And so that's just one example of how these parties are disagreeing about some of the core facts that continue to be the underlying motivation for how the judges are expected to decide. So we're going to be watching this as it all develops. We know that the judge has given herself a deadline of Monday to actually issue any ruling on this. She did say that she was going to be working over the weekend. It's possible we could get something from that. We also know, though, this is all in the shadow of the appellate court of the Ninth Circuit, considering whether they're going to rehear this decision that came from the 3-panel judge in front of an expanded 11-judge panel. We don't have any update about when that will happen, but we are watching for it. For now, there's kind of these two parallel things happening at the same time, and then underlying all of it, trial starts on Wednesday. We'll be keeping track of all of it and trying to bring you as clear information as we can as the days go on.
Ezra, thank you for breaking all that down for us. As we mentioned, this just came down just a few minutes ago, so you really broke that down for us really well. I know you're going to continue to follow it. We will continue to follow it right here. You can also stay up to date on the very latest, of course, online and on the Fox 12 app. Thank you, Ezra.
Absolutely.